The CareScape R860 procedures. After watching the video, the viewer should be able to perform a manual breath procedure, perform an increase O2 procedure, perform an inspiratory hold, perform an expiratory hold, measure Autopeep, and calculate intrinsic peep volume. I would first like to explain the video display format. So I'm using a few split screens here, so it might be confusing, so I just want to explain it. So on the left side is my whole ventilator display. So it's my touch screen, it's also all my hard keys and my trim knob. To the top right hand portion, these are my favorite keys. So this is a zoomed in picture of my favorite keys, which is in the ventilator touch screen on the top right hand portion. Below the zoomed in favorite keys is just my touchscreen display, and that's associated with this part of the ventilator, of course. And then in some sections of the video, it's going to be even zoomed in more just to show you the procedures section and pretty much this window. All of my procedures reside under the menu key on the top left-hand portion of the touchscreen display. The procedure tab consists of manual breath, increase O2, inspiratory hold, expiratory hold, and Autopeep. Additionally, I can assign these procedures to my favorite bar. So I'm going to assign some favorites, and I'm just going to uncheck a few right here. And as you notice, the top right-hand bar is totally blank. So I'm going to check some procedures that I want to assign. And as you notice, they're starting to populate. So I can have up to 4 favorites. Let's go ahead and close that out. To locate manual breath, simply touch the menu button on the top left-hand portion of the screen and go under procedures. And as you can see, there's my manual breath key. However, it could be assigned to your favorite bar. So as you notice, it's already on the favorite bar on the top right-hand corner, and I'm just going to touch it. All you do is you touch it, you don't hold it, you just touch how many breaths you want. So the procedure allows the clinician to deliver additional mechanical breaths to the patient. However, it requires a little pause in between breaths, and it's 0.25 second pause. The manual breath inspiratory time is based on your current setting. However, if you're using a purely spontaneous mode, like a CPAP pressure support, then what it's going to do is it's going to look at your inspiratory time based on your backup settings. And manual breath is not available for non-invasive ventilation. There are 3 ways to perform the O2 procedure on the ventilator. First is the easiest, is the O2 hard key. I simply press the hard key. As you notice, what it did is it changed it to 100% and it's displaying the progress. So it's a 2-minute procedure. I can also use the trim knob and turn down to a different percentage if I wanted to. To stop, simply just push back in and it stops the procedure. I can also do it off my favorite bar if it was assigned to favorites. I simply just touch it. I still have 100% O2, and there's my 2-minute window, and it shows me my progress. So we'll stop in 2 minutes, or I can touch the key again. And then lastly, under menu, under procedures, is my O2 procedure also. So there's the start button, and I can preset it, and I'm going to turn it down to just 10% above the set FiO2. Push the start button. I could end it by hitting the stop button, the red key, or I can stop it by hitting the favorite key or the hard key also, and it stops the procedure. If inspiratory hold's not part of my favorite bar, I will find it under my menu key. And then I open procedures, and as you can see, I have my inspiratory hold. I can customize my time in adults anywhere from 2 to 40 seconds, and pediatrics and neonates 2 to 15 seconds. I can also assign to favorites, or I have it up here. So I'm going to close that out. We'll just do the inspiratory hold for my favorites. One can use inspiratory hold during X-ray procedures or to measure plateau pressure and static compliance. So I'm starting the procedure. I always take a snapshot, and this is beneficial because if you do not have a measured value, what I can do is I can evaluate the snapshot. So as you notice, I have a plateau pressure 21. Say that was X'd out. and I didn't have a measured value, I could look at the snapshot that I created during the procedure, use the cursor, scroll over, and I could measure the plateau pressure during the procedure. One can perform the expiratory hold maneuver by simply touching the favorite key. However, if the favorite key is not present, you can find it under Procedures, Expiratory Hold. I can also use my trim knob to adjust the expiratory time, anywhere from 2 to 60 seconds in adults, and from 2 to 20 seconds in pediatric and neonatal patients. So I'll just set to 5. To start the procedure, I hit the start button. And if I want to end the procedure anytime, I just hit the square red button to stop it if the patient doesn't tolerate it. The expiratory hold cannot be repeated until the patient triggers a spontaneous breath or the ventilator delivers a mandatory breath. To perform an Autopeep procedure, I can simply use my favorite key if it is assigned as a favorite, or go under my procedures. As you notice, my Autopeep, it also shows me my last measurement. And the only thing I do is I select the start button. I do not set a default time for the procedure itself. So let's go use my favorite. I'll push start. I can still end it at any time if it's uncomfortable for the patient. And there is my calculation. So I have no Autopeep at all.